Alright, what's good, everybody? The time's now for me to make this video. I've been putting off what I've been doing for the past 6 months, 8 months. And funny line of events are bringing me to this point where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to explain, because I've been really hushed on it because what I'm doing. Let me start who I am. My name is Jeff King. I'm 38. My day job is a maintenance technician specialist. I work on basically all appliances, water line, electric lines, plumbing, construction at an apartment complex. Okay. For the past decade, I've asked a lot of questions and I've found a lot of answers. The type of questions I was asking is, how can I eliminate bills? How can I eliminate the need of a currency in regards to monetary? I grew up poor. I knew what it was like to have your lights shut off, to have no water running in your home. Now, other side of it is holistic health. I've studied biology, epidemiology, virology, immunology, nutrition, detoxification, toxicities, and it led me to a lot of hidden truths that are right in front of our faces, but we don't know it. It's not presented to us. It ain't taught in schools. It ain't brought to our attention to obtain the word we know as knowledge. Okay, information is ledgers. It's records. And when you know ledgers, you have knowledge. Knowledge, know ledge, knowing ledgers. Now it's the act of acknowledgement is when everything changes. Act merely meaning action, know meaning knowing, ledge meaning ledgers, aka records, ment meaning mind. So when we show the action of knowing records in our mind is when we naturally manifest reality. And when we're in a conscious state, repetitively, we realize that it is us who are the creators. We're co-creating together, and that creates reality. We're systematically being conditioned to hyper-focus on negative shit. Therefore, we are manifesting reality. Their organized chaos is what we're perpetuating. Now, a lot of things are happening in the world, and a lot of things are coming down the pipeline that we're not really prepared for. And this is where I've been doing all these studies. Okay, now this is what I've been doing. I took over a storefront property. I converted an area into a studio apartment to eliminate bills. I've got 2 buildings on this property. The front building is kind of a storefront, and the back building is it used to be a salon, but it just almost looks like a little single room house. Okay? The front building, I'm doing an LLC. It's called Fruitful Dayz. It's where I will bring to society a bunch of knowledge. Knowledge of how to invest in yourself, whether it's physically in the body or it's sustainably with your home. Teach you how to eliminate bills. And the nonprofit, it's called marrying the 501c3 to the LLC, where we can use each other's services, but we're separate entities. Okay. The LLC I'll start with is called Fruitful Dayz, and it's where holistic health meets advancements in technology for sustainability. Okay, what I mean by that, holistic health, I mean we'll have a holistic practitioner, and they'll do blood work on you, and they'll do a toxicity report, and they'll basically break down what are you malnutritioned in, what deficiencies are you suffering from, what's your pH level, and what type of toxins do you have in your body, which lets us know the detoxification process, which lets us know realistically how long it's going to take to rebuild yourself. Because everything is action and reaction, cause and effect. Everything. There's a root cause. Our systems are set up not to address the root cause. They're set up to mask the symptom, which only arises a new symptom in another area later down the road, which basically is pharmaceutical, surgery. All are incentivized fields. Okay, so that's the holistic side. You know, we'll teach you how to detoxify the body after we get the report. We'll teach you how to rebuild the correct gut flora. We'll teach you about grounding yourself, sun gazing, the ways to connect the three elements that create our body, and that's water, that's minerals, and that's energy. That's the three things that we need to balance homeostasis. And homeostasis is everything. I'm not going to get deep into the biology, but that's basically what we do on that side of it. And then the other side of it is the advancements in technology for sustainability. Okay, we're going to have construction company. It'll probably be subcontracted out because we'll have multiple jobs going around the city, if not inner cities, outer cities, interstate, because this is going to spread like a wildfire. But let me stay on point. We will basically take your home, send somebody out to evaluate, how many kilowatts of electricity you use in a 30-day period, how many milliliters you use in water every month, and basically figure out the size system you need on your house. Then we'll install a metal roof, a water catch tank, water filtration system, solar system, backyard greenhouses, and this will eliminate the water, the electric, the food, the gas. And it's only by eliminating bills that we free up our time from this engineered 9 to 5, 40 plus years of our life working on a rat wheel, going nowhere fast. It doesn't have to be this way. We need the knowledge. Okay, so that's the LLC side of it. Now the flip side to the coin with the 501c3, it's called the Enlightenment Project. And as of now, I've got 5 people on the board. We're in the process of filing the paperwork now. It is me. It is a paralegal who is also an accountant, Emily. There is a tax advisor, Abby. There is a financial advisor, Andrew. And there is a holistic practitioner, Lauren. It's us 5 in these services. Their expertise in those areas is what we need to invest in an individual, to teach an individual how to invest in themselves. Okay, so say we have a single mom of 3. Dad's not in the pictures of the kid's life, so she's doing it all her own. She's already getting government assistance, and it's still a struggle, right? We're going to have them sit down and go through an evaluation process and consulting on how to set up accounts, investment accounts, that's going to be tied in with the nonprofit that will match your investments. So if you can practice that discipline and show the effort to want to save the money, because where there's a will, there's a way. And if a person shows effort in those directions, it's going to manifest in due fucking time. But most people don't have that focus. They don't have this knowledge of the mind being expressed and taught to them. Therefore, they don't know. They lack knowledge, which is ignorance. Okay, so basically, outside of the 501c3 working with the public, I've got real estate agents that's looking for property, and they're subcontracted out. They're not immediately tied to or incentivized by the 501c3, but they'll go out. They have their own incentivized interest from the government by doing this chain of events I'm about to explain. They go out and they find ran down properties, empty lots in neighborhoods, old run down buildings, and they go out and they buy it. And more times than not, the person that owns it, all they're doing every year is paying for the upkeep and property taxes. So when they realize they can donate at low market value or sell at low market value to get out from under it, that what it's going to is the nonprofit, which is going to come back to the community. I'll explain in a second. So the agent buys the property at low market value. Let's just say, just as an example, $5,000. But this property, top market value is $20,000. They can take that $5,000 investment and donate it to the nonprofit organization at top market value, $20,000, and don't have to pay capital gain taxes because they are giving it to a nonprofit. So they get to write that off in full donation. Okay, so this is how I'm going to acquire a bunch of properties around the city. And what we have to start doing, we have to start investing in sustainability, growing our own food. Empty lots I want to convert into permaculture properties. And this is basically where you plant apple trees and pear trees and peach trees and grapevines and berry bushes and put a greenhouse and be planting all your year rounds in there and then your seasonals outside. Okay, and this is how I also want to do some way, shape, or form permaculture around the cities in the public areas. I know that this has to go through the different boards in the cities, but if the city officials who's supposed to represent the public aren't willing to invest in this, they do not have the best interest at heart of the people, which is basically those red flags. This is how you get these fuckers out of office. This is how you see their true intention. So that's another. And then with the buildings, with pre-existing buildings, we'll go in and we'll invest tax dollars, and we will make the building self-sustainable and make it a learning center, a self-sustainable community center, where we can do just like at the nonprofit here I'm about to do. We can get other people working for the nonprofit as consultants doing the same deal, and it's where we put these pieces together that we can invest in ourselves and truly free up our time. Freeing up our time is everything. All stress, anxiety, depression comes from some form of forcement. More times than not, it comes back to that rigged infrastructure. The ones who control the cost of living, the hourly wage, the interest. This is how we free ourselves. And when we become knowledgeable to the body and how to detox it and how to rebuild it, the human body is an amazing, brilliant machine. It's the most advanced technology in this fucking universe because of what its abilities to do. It's able to repair itself and rebuild itself in its entirety That's what we are capable of. We are capable of so much more. The life expectancy, we could realistically live hundreds of years if we were mentally and physically, mind and body, wise about ourselves. But I figured I would make this video because of this. It's most won't understand this, but somebody reaching out, and I get at least one or two of these a year, saying they're from the Illuminati. And I asked this one, and if you can see, you're not going to be able to see it. These are full blown. The white is them. And I'm asking the same question. What makes me a person of interest? And they're explaining shit. But it's like, if they already know. And this is what made it fishy. And I kept asking them, still haven't answered my question. So what makes me a person of interest for you to personally ask me? And I'll just read the last one, because I kept asking and they'd send long ass paragraphs. And then the last message back from them was, what makes you a person of interest lies on our goals to empower the less privileged to live their dreams and become rich forever. Are you ready to hail the light and become rich forever? Triangle. Everything I'm trying to do. And then they're trying to make it appealing. But I figured now is the time. I'm getting close enough. I've already got the building. Now it's just a cleaning process, investing in the property to put these systems on it. Because inside the store, I'm doing a full botanical garden. It'll be similar to an earthship, where you can live in the facility and never have to leave. You'll be creating your own oxygen, catching and filtering and ionizing your own water, growing your own food, creating your own electricity. Because this is where true freedom comes from. Independency. So, with that said, if anything was to happen, I just explained, and the catfish name on it more than likely is Winston Dusky. And they said they're from Brazil. But it's all about to come down and happen. Of all the people I've been getting involved, and the teams of individuals with the same goal in mind, makes manifestation so much faster. And that's how we change this world. Together, being like-minded, because where we place focus, we will manifest. Hence why we're called human beings. Hu means energy. Man means manifestation. And being just means to exist. Because we exist, we're manifesting through energy. Everything is divinely interconnected. Help me, help you, help me, help you. I hope all create blessed days for themselves, and I love you guys. One love.